Hold it, yeah. So, today, on the vet, we did some investigating. The investigating involved priming the fuel system by turning on the key, going up to the fuel rail, and pushing on the valve on the fuel rail to see if there's pressure, and also see what's inside the fuel rail by whatever comes shooting out. And when I looked closely at the fuel, or stuff that came out of the fuel rail, I inspected water droplets. And when I say water droplets, I mean like 50% or more of what came out of that fuel rail when I pushed the valve down was water. So then I thought a little bit, and then I remember my dad saying something along the lines that in the center of these cars, the gas cap, the gas fill is recessed. And so what'll happen is a possibility is that water will get in there because there's a little rubber mat that sits in there. There's a hose, so if water gets in there, it goes out the drain tube out there and it doesn't build up. But if that drain tube gets plugged, there's a possibility of that water filling up, going up and in the fuel tank under the cap. So after thinking that, I was like, well, there could be fuel in there because water. There could be water in there because there's water that came out of the fuel rail. So then I was like, well, let's look. And it occurred to me after pulling out the fuel and water that I had extracted that the half a tank of fuel that was in that car was water. That little tiny line you see at the top of it, that's fuel. The rest is all water. All of it. So the half a tank that was in this car when we showed up, it's not fuel. It's water. So I will take us through taking out the rear fuel cap and sending unit, so then I have a nice little hole to inspect and look in the tank and siphon out all the stuff out of the tank, which will be nice. I did watch some videos on that, so let's jump to it. So, in order to get the fuel sending unit out so I can inspect the tank and see the tank and get all the water out of the tank fairly easily, we're gonna take out 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. That'll pick up the hatch right here. And then there is 6 screws or something like that hold the sending unit in and a couple fuel hoses. I'm gonna take those off, I'm gonna pop that out, and then I can get to the real easily. So I'm gonna start doing that while Emmett walks around the car and shows a thing or two that he did.
Hello you guys, the professor is back. And this is the horn. That wire had wiggled off during the ride here. So has this wire. I had to clip both of them back in and clean that one because it's rusty. Then I also read the manual on how to reset the time. That way it's up to date on the stereo. And see, up to date. What?
I got the fuel lines up, goofball.
I don't care! Tell them what you found.
So, after we went in and ate dinner, as you can tell it's a little later up, we got a light up. I took off the sending unit, which is behind us, and it's a little rusty. Just a little. You can tell the part that was in the fuel wasn't rusty. But, so, as you guys probably can't see, but me and Emmett can see, yeah, they won't be able to see, is down in there. You can see the definition of water and fuel separation by looking down into it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump it into the barrel. And we're gonna try to get all the water out of there until we start sucking fuel, and then you'll be able to watch the fuel float around on the top of the water in the barrel. So, we'll be right back once we get this pumped all into this barrel.
As you can see, we started pumping.
Stop the video.
As you can see, Owen and me have started pumping. And that is
It shouldn't
white water.
This shouldn't be that color.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it shouldn't be that color.
didn't Dad say it had too much fuel? Yo, I don't think that's fuel.
Yeah.
The pump's running, and then up in the tank.
It is pumping.
Ugh. Yucky, nasty stuff. Well, and what's your take? How do you feel about this nasty fuel?
I want to get all the way down in the corner. As much fuel as possible.
There we go, more fuel.
Well, water. Sorry, not
Water. Yeah. Well, see you in a little bit once we get done. What you doing?
Well, you see this fine piece of equipment right here?
Mm-hmm.
Sending unit gasket. Me, make new one.
How's it going?
It's going quite fine.
It's nice.
In fact, it's going so fine that you're gonna have this white roll brush in your hand scrubbing the other.
Motherfucker.
So what are we cleaning here?
The fuel linkage thingy.
Sending unit.
Sending you. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's scrubbing the sending unit, getting all the excess rust off of it. And while he did that, I came over here to the Corvette and I cleaned, if you guys can see in there, I cleaned around the opening and wiped out the inside of the tank. Right?
Yes. From what you've said.
And so when we get done with that, then we're gonna put what in the tank?
Fuel.
And
hopefully it'll run.
just fuel?
Well, the sending you, of course.
Oh, okay. So, when we get done cleaning the sending unit, we'll put it back in the tank and we'll see if it runs.
Bye. Okay, Owen. What are you doing?
Putting the sending unit back in like I just told you guys we would.
And how'd you like my job?
You did a good job. You did a good job. I made a new gasket for it.
Yeah.
Because it needed it. They know what the old one looks like.
Right there, and then
Yeah, it's in the corner.
Flap.
You know, line it up.
Do you think it'll run once we put gas in?
It'll run. It'll take a second to get any leftover water out of it. Because what I did is last night, late at night, when I should have been sleeping for school, I was out here and tinkering with this, and I took the high pressure hose that comes off the pump right here, and I hooked the air hose up to it, and I blew in, and then the return hose, all the fuel came out. Well, water, let's be honest, water came out of it, and I put it back out of the car. So I'm putting this back in, and then fuel pump will have to run for a hot second to get fuel back up to the engine through the lines. But once it does that, it'll run. So heck yeah, it'll run. I have absolute faith that it'll run. How about you? Do you have absolute faith, boy?
No.
No? You don't
like
have faith?
50-50 chance, man.
No, give it like that 2%. 98 is gonna run 2% of the 8.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, we ran it on ether through the bypass hose. Or crap. I know the name of it.
Yeah. Didn't Dad say, what was it? Didn't have enough fuel? Something?
I don't know what the problem is. It ain't got no fuel. And then he repeatedly, after that, said, but it got fuel. And it didn't have fuel. It had water. But yeah. So, we'll cut back to when we're about to start this. So you guys don't have to watch me put in 6 more bolts. And hook it up. So, we'll see. So, what are we about to do?
Start it.
So we cleaned the I know the name
System.
for it. No. Oh yeah, we cleaned out the system with air. We put the air hose to it and blew all the water out of the fuel line.
We banged on the starter.
Yeah, because the solenoid sticks. We need to take solenoid off and.
Then we cleaned all the rest off the.
I know. I'm trying to think.
We can't remember. Okay. We cleaned this stuff off this thing. Okay.
We said it like 3 times in the video already.
Yes.
Anyways, we cleaned that up. I put it back in there. I
hooked up all the wires.
Well, it's just a plug-in.
And hoses.
I hooked up the hoses and plug-in. I had Emmett turn on the car, and I listened to the fuel pump kick on, and then I banged on the solenoid in case it might start. So you wanna. So you just flick the key, and as soon as it starts to roll over, hold it. Yeah, you're gonna be flicking it for a hot minute. Oh, come on, you almost had it. Hold it, yeah. You gotta get the fuel up to it. A little bit gas. Just a little. Okay, off the starter. A little bit more. Look at that!
Hey, we got power steering.
Yeah, we do.
Yay.
How does that make you feel?
Awesome.
Idling and everything.
You know, now we just need to make it road legal.
There was only water in the gas. That was it.
Only water.
Only water.
Not too much gas, nah.
Yeah. Now we put 5 gallons of gas. That's a quarter of a tank.
17.
It's idling a little high. Heck yeah. Whoa, it runs. No, it don't knock.
Let it run, let it warm up, let it get...
Yeah. Look at that, water in the fuel. And we are rolling.
Yeah, in case the worst goes wrong, the old man's gonna get the ticket.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but
You will.
not this time. We're rolling.
Holy shit, that converter locks right now.
Oh, it does too.
Yeah, that's
I
locked.
felt that.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
look
in
at
third gear, yeah. The square tires are kind of square.
I know, I'm trying to hold the phone straight with the square
I
tires.
know.
Yeah. Corvette.
You think your mom is smart enough to
Stay that close?
step on that pedal?
We'll find out.
Seems to make that. It runs.
It does run.
Good rough.
See-through roof.
And you got that little ventilation crap.
We do got that slight ventilation going. Got window crack.
It's got a little pull to that side.
A little pull to the right.
Yeah, but who knows? You haven't checked the air pressure valve tires to make sure they're even.
No, I just know they have air in them, and
Right.
they're round and they aren't low on air, so we got that going for us.
Where'd you put that extra quart of oil for this thing?
I meant put it somewhere.
Is it in here?
No, don't think so. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We don't got no traffic my way.
I got one.
You got one car.
You think them dry rotted tires will spin?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I already did. Heck yeah. That's how that goes.
I didn't even have to work to
No.
stop them things.
No, you just hit the throttle and she went. That's what he gave us dry tires. Dry tires. You don't want those wet, sticky tires.
They're smoking.
They are. You smelled that. As soon as it did a revolution, you could smell it.
Effortlessly.
The moment.
Effortlessly.
That. Just water in the tank. That was it.
Oh yeah.
Just water. Didn't clean nothing else.
Oh man. That was effortlessly.
Effortlessly. I literally.
That was all 330 foot-pounds of torque.
It was.
She still got it.
Yep. Every ounce of it.
I'm sure your mom's impressed.
She probably is. She's probably going, what's my son gonna do now? Yeah. Yeah, just cruising right along at 42. 12 RPM. 1200.
I figured we got a little heat in them tires, maybe it'd soften up the flat spots.
Maybe. That's only the back tires though. Front tires are still square.
I'd launch it, but it's a quart low on oil. I don't want to hurt it at all.
Yeah, right? No cars, no cars.
Oh yeah, she's solid.
Yeah.
She's solid. Shifts like right where she should.
Solid all the way through and through.
That runs good.
And instead of it having Z-rated tires, it has ZR-rated tires, which are 186 mile an hour instead of 150.
Heater works.
Heater does work. Heater works a little well.
Yeah.
We need to charge the coolant system. The coolant system decharged itself. But once we do that, the AC should work unless the pump's frozen. We haven't checked if the pump's frozen or not. But yeah, it runs. And it runs well. That at 47,000 miles.
I know.
That's true to the bone. Heck yeah.
You know, I'd say you could make it louder, but you know, it's just quiet enough to kind of be discreet, you know.
It is.
Second gear.
She burned.
Ooh, she smells.
She smells.
Or rubber.
She smells. Smells.
Dude, it just pulled, that whole 350 just was pulling second gear for her.
It was. That's yeah.
She shifted into second and just kept them spinning.
Hell yeah.
It's got a lot of torque.
It does. Got a lot of torque. Heck yeah.
First time run 20 years. What did you do? I took it out, did burnouts.
Heck yeah. Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Definitely posse.
Oh yeah.
Definitely posse.
Definitely posse.
You gotta love Corvettes.
You do. You do. You just gotta love it.
I got a blinker.
Yeah, you do. I checked the blinkers.
Keep an eye to make sure that we don't
get chased.
Yeah, no hot fuzz.
No hot fuzz.
Yeah. Man, that transmission's tight.
It is.
It is tight.
47,000.
Yeah.
Them square tires. I'm trying to.
I know. Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
A trip to Detroit probably softened them right up.
Probably would. And here we are at the gas
thing
station.
about old Corvettes are?
What?
Fillers in the middle. Doesn't make a difference which side you want to go.
It is true.
It is.
It is.
Do we shut it off?
Yeah. We can shut it off.
Yeah.
It'll start back up. Hey, fully charged battery. It's fully charged.
I trust you.
We'll be back in a hot minute. The Corvette. And that sun is right there. All I can think when I see that red is 16 candles. The movie. Skirt, skirt.
Back on the stands.
Yeah, so as you've seen, it runs, and now that it runs, what's in that box is going to go under here. It's going to sound a lot cooler. So, a little bit of work we're doing right now, I'm doing, and then we'll have fun next week.
Yeah. When the contents of this box end up under that car.
Shiny. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and keep watching Corvette Summer. Alright, alright, alright.